you're bound to end up killing people during a playthrough of any of the Fallout games. While New Vegas, for example, can be beat as a pacifist without killing anyone, you're more than likely to kill people during your playthrough, whether it be for quests or because you wanted loot. Well, what happens when you decide to just be a villain and kill absolutely everyone? That's why today I'm gonna ask if you can beat Fallout New Vegas by killing everyone you see. Gave my character a nice little Easter egg name from another game, and went to assign specials. I mostly focused on just an even build here since I could use pretty much anything this run, but of course, guns would be the biggest thing. That's why I picked guns, medicine, and repair for tag skills. I went with skilled. With that out of the way, I went ahead and talked to Doc Mitchell one last time because he would need to die, eventually. I was gonna head out into Goodsprings and start killing everyone out here first because I figured that was a good idea. Of course, none of the citizens really stood a chance, as the weapons that I had at this point were able to rip through everyone pretty easily. I made sure to kill pretty much all the named NPCs here as well, and I got a good amount of loot already, since I found some explosives along with a couple good weapons like the 357 Magnum. Everyone outside died while I was using my caravan shotgun, which was actually a godsend this early in the run. Once I went inside, I decided to just use my grenade launcher on all of the people in the saloon, as I figured it was pretty efficient. Nearly killed myself with it, but we're gonna ignore that. I of course had to go back and kill Doc Mitchell because I saw him in the beginning of the run, which meant it was time to head off towards Prim so that I could deal with anyone around that area to fuel my murder-infused rage. I killed a couple powder gangers as well as all the NCR troopers outside of Prim because they were easy loot and guns and ammo, which I was severely lacking at this point since there was really nobody to barter with quite yet. I am allowed to barter, I just have to kill them after I'm done, so I could have bartered with Chet. I could have also bought medical supplies from Doc Mitchell, but I didn't do that. With everyone in the NCR camp dead, I headed over and dealt with the convicts in the biggest brain way possible. I don't think any of them were truly ready to get fisted, but I had to embrace the embodiment of Fisto while I was here. I killed everyone in the Vicky and Vance casino as well because they had free shit on their body and I wanted all their loot. It was mine. I didn't need to go in there and kill everyone, but I did. I also stopped by the Bison Steve Hotel to kill everyone in there because free experience and again, free loot. Deputy Beagle wasn't allowed to live this time. I don't have to be nice this run. There were a couple more convicts outside that I dealt with, but other than that, it was pretty much, normal running to Mojave Outpost, just dealing with the raiders on the way there. I apparently didn't learn my lesson with explosives because I nearly killed myself again when I went inside and decided to use dynamite and a grenade launcher in close quarters. It was pretty necessary though. Speaking of bartering with traveling merchants, I did find one and I bought a couple things from him, but of course I killed him once I was done. It's okay, because he died. Everyone at Mojave Outpost was on my shit list to die, which was actually great. Nothing really was that difficult here as I had amassed a whopping 12 or 13 dynamite at this point, so I just started yeeting explosives until all the screaming stopped and there was just a pile of bodies near the gate. Once that was done, I was vilified by a lot of different factions at this point, which was fine by me, so I looted all the corpses and went inside to continue killing everyone else. For some reason, that Traveler had a really weird HP glitch, but I'm gonna ignore it and move on because Obsidian is perfect. After looting all the bodies inside and getting a good supply of weapons and ammo, I found my legendary favorite item in the game, the butter knife, and headed off towards Nipton so that I could deal with the Legion. I ended up getting into a scuffle with some jackals along the way who were too interested in fighting some rad scorpions than fighting me, which I used to my advantage and just slaughtered all of them. I then spent some time waiting and got ambushed by a squad of vigilantes, which was, again, more free shit. I was lucky to find a couple healing supplies since at this point I hadn't actually been able to barter with anyone that sells medical supplies, which meant I was laughably low on anything that could heal me. I was mostly relying on beds and just food and drink to heal myself, other than the crippled limbs, which I was forced to use either doctor's bags or stim packs on. I found another set of traveling merchants, but instead of bartering with them, like the smart move, I just murdered them all immediately. I figured that was more fitting to the run, as I didn't want to leave too many people, alive sparingly as much as I could. So after bullying some random legionnaires that I found, while missing a surprising amount of shots, I got into a fight with another group of raiders on my way to Novac. Novac was pretty fun. I just went through completely sweeping all of the civilians here, gathering as many supplies as I could off of them. Mostly was happy for the ammo, as I was not too great on ammo for the majority of this run until I got to some of the merchants later on near the strip, like the gun runners, since I can't actually kill kill them. Daisy Whitman was an absolute tank as she took 3 Magnum rounds to the head and still survived, and then managed to cripple my torso. I found another group of traveling merchants that just decided to arrive at the wrong time, and I killed them before heading in and bartering with Cliff because I figured he was as good as any for supplying me with ammo. I then offed him, picked up that gun, and went up to bully Boone. That just, I just love when shit like that happens in any of these runs, honestly. It was just so entertaining. I also went by Eldorado Substation and decided to subsequently murder every single NCR member around here since I was already vilified with them, so why not? Same thing at 188 Trading Post. The NCR already hated me, so I might as well kill everyone, including Veronica, because the Brotherhood doesn't deserve to live either. I got into a scuffle with even more Vipers on my way towards the Strip, but there was a couple, incidents there. That was an accident, I swear. I didn't mean to do that. It was just, a casualty. I mean, I was gonna kill him anyways, but I didn't mean to kill him like that. So after making my way to the Grub and Gulp, I figured everyone here should die as well, because they didn't just bow down to me and give me all of their items. This is kind of a lot like the Raider run, except I don't have 2 insanely useful companions and Raoul, but we're gonna ignore that and move on. I got into a pretty big shootout near Camp McCarran with a whole bunch of different people. There were merchants here, Crimson Caravan, NCR troops, I'm pretty sure just a couple of random junkies. So after killing all of them, I decided, let's go into Camp McCarran and kill the entire military that's in there. Yeah, that was a really good waste of healing supplies. I ended up crippled and nearly dead more times than I cared to admit, but at least Contreras had a metric shit ton of 308 rounds, which I was actually using mostly 308 at this point since I bought Paciencia from Cliff before offing him back in Novac. Outside, I killed the rest of the NCR troopers that were guarding the sniper towers, and then went inside and killed the rest of the people in the terminal building, which left Camp McCarran completely empty. Everyone was dead, so it was kind of depressing to walk around and see that. But off towards the Gun Runners, I fought a couple more groups of fiends and random people, also killed Isaac while I was here, and then murdered all of the Gun Runner guards because, I'm kind of forced to. I kind of forgot how strong they were, though, so it was pretty spooky. I almost died once or twice to them, mostly inside, though, but after bartering with the Gunrunner bot who had a stupid 4,000 caps already, which I'm not used to, normally he has like 1,000, I went inside and nearly got my head blown off by multiple versions of the Gunrunner guards, as well as just the random, mechanics in there, and headed off towards Freeside so that I could kill everyone I found. This included Mick and Ralph and their guards in the store. I then proceeded to go on and slaughter absolutely everyone in the Followers of the Apocalypse. This was, kind of mean, since they're all, half crippled, half dead, or just doctors. But, you know what, they dropped healing supplies, and I wanted it, so I stole pretty much every amount of healing I could get off of any of the bodies, which was great for me, since, again, I still hadn't been able to buy any yet, and went off to kill pretty much anyone else that I could find in Freeside. The only people I wasn't allowed to kill was the kids, because, Bethesda doesn't allow that. But the Kings were up next on the list, which I don't know why I decided to kill them every single playthrough, but this one's no different. I didn't have to come in here and kill them, but I did, because I wanted to. They had free stuff, so, that's as good a reason as any. I nearly died trying to fight all the people outside the Silver Rush, but I did manage to kill everyone. The Van Graffs put up a really, really damn good fight because, that combat armor plus energy weapons. Inside was also equally scary because I wasn't used to Gloria having that much HP and doing that much damage. I then stopped by the Atomic Wrangler and used all the plasma grenades that I just stole off of the Van Graffs to just, nuke everyone inside because I thought it was funny. After killing all them and stealing all their shit, it was finally time for me to go out and kill old Ben. He died in one shot from a sniper rifle. After that, I dealt with the Securitrons guarding the strip because, I have to. I wasn't going to kill them on any subsequent respawns, same for the ones in the strip, just because it was, kind of redundant and a waste of time if I did that. It would just waste ammo and durability and time to kill things that constantly respawn. I didn't kill anything that respawned this run. I didn't go back to old locations and kill anybody there either. So, I went off towards the tops and killed all the chairmen inside. This time around, I didn't have Swank send Benny up to his room, I just executed him on the staircase and took the platinum chip. Once that was done, I headed up and talked to Yes Man for a little bit because, I can't really do any of the other factions since I would be required to leave people alive for that. Yes Man respawns infinitely, so I can use him for his ending. Moving on, it was back to the Gun Runners to pick up some more supplies before heading back to the strip and starting to execute some of the other, unwanted people, like the Omertas, who I just used this double-barreled grenade launcher that I picked up from the Gun Runners to kill. I went and sat through Mr. House's Securitron upgrade video because I kind of had to in order to go through and kill him. I shot him in the head with a Desert Eagle, or body, compression chamber, whatever, you get the point, and was off to the White Gloves to start murdering them. The White Gloves were pretty easy. I mean, they're melee enemies for the most part, and a lot of the people in there don't really fight back. I did miss a surprising amount of shots on this one person, but after that, I headed off towards the Boomers and got into a fight with some Kings, as well as some random NCR troopers. I made sure to bully George with this laser Gatling gun that I found, and hopped my way into the Boomers' camp so that I could start executing everyone inside. The Boomers were mostly pushovers, which included Pearl. She's just an old lady, which makes me kind of want to push her down a flight of stairs, but, I digress. Ignoring that, I went to the hangar and decided to kill everyone inside because I wanted their explosives, mostly the missile launcher. I was here for a missile launcher. I would need it later in the run. I'll show you why later, don't worry. But anyways, I headed back towards the strip to deal with pretty much anyone that was in my way, and figured, you know what, I'm already here, might as well head off towards Red Rock Canyon to deal with the Great Khans. This just involved me getting into fights with some Fiends, which wasn't too bad, none of them were really all that strong. The Fiends don't have great armor, and while their weapons are good, that doesn't mean that they last very long against me, because I have better weapons than them. I also executed Cook's Brahmin for no real apparent reason on my way to the Great Khans. Also, I'm going to take a moment to apologize for kind of being out of it the last week or so. I've had some random things to deal with, whether it's been power outages due to storms or losing a pet, so I've been a little bit preoccupied. I don't remember details of this playthrough all that well, so I may have missaid something that was in the footage, I'm not entirely sure, but ignoring that, we're off to the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood were pretty much pushovers this run. The missile launcher came in very handy here, and the Brotherhood gave me some really great weapons in the form of a Gauss rifle, as well as a couple other things, but mostly the Gauss rifle. The Brotherhood is honestly usually the scariest part of any of these playthroughs, but in any weapon restricted run, or any run really, if I can take care of the Brotherhood easily, that means the rest of the challenge will be pretty much easy, since the Brotherhood are by far the strongest enemies that I usually deal with in New Vegas, apart from, some of the stuff in the DLCs, like Lonesome Road. But ignoring that, I went ahead and started, slaughtering everyone in the Crimson Caravan Company. Not entirely sure why, I just decided to stop here out of the blue. I passed by this place like 4 or 5 times and just decided once that I was going to go in there and kill everyone. Back to the Lucky 38, I was done with all the main things, so it was time for the second battle of Hoover Dam. I ended up killing some great Khans here, one of which had a riot shotgun, which I was more than happy to take off his corpse and use against all the Legionnaires inside. But outside, of course, I could use my missile launcher. I absolutely love the missile launcher. It was kind of giving me flashbacks to the missile launcher only run that I did a ways back, which was insanely fun. That's probably one of my favorite runs so far. This is definitely up there though. Honestly, I love the fact that I could just pick up random guns and kill absolutely everyone. Normally, I don't kill a whole lot of the random people when playing through Fallout, but it's fun sometimes to just go through locations and purposefully kill every single person there. As for the Legate, I just took a copious amount of drugs before loading his head with a anti-material rifle that I found that also came with a few explosive rounds. I'm not sure why a Centurion had it, but it's mine now. Yeah, the Legate was pretty pathetic. He died in 2 shots. Once the NCR arrived, I used my tried and true tactic of pulling out a missile launcher and exploding all of them in 1 shot. And with that, I beat Fallout New Vegas by killing everyone that I saw. I think by the time the playthrough was over, I killed a little over 1,000 people. I could have went out of my way and went to other locations to kill people there, like, I forgot the fort. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, leave suggestions in the comments below. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. We hit 800 subs recently, which is insane to me. The growth has been absolutely awesome lately, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.